$6,000 barely buys a reliable Honda Civic in today's broken used car market. The internet insists that the era of affordable, high-performance German engineering is permanently dead. Enthusiasts are convinced they must take on massive debt or settle for front-wheel drive economy cars. They are entirely wrong. The market is just looking in the wrong direction. While everyone fights over pristine E30s and manual swap E39s, a secondary tier of genuine Autobahn machinery is trading hands for absolute pennies. These are not rusty money pits or base model compromises. They are over-engineered, rear-wheel drive, and heavily depreciated masterpieces. We are pulling back the curtain on the best German iron available for under $6,000, saving a legitimate V8 super sedan for last. The math on vintage German cars has shifted violently. Over the last 4 years, the average transaction price for a 1990s BMW or Mercedes has climbed by over 40%. The classic car market has been thoroughly financialized, turning driving machines into speculative assets. But depreciation is a powerful force, and it works in favor of the educated buyer. By targeting specific, misunderstood chassis codes from the late 90s and early 2000s, you bypass the collector tax entirely. The golden era of hydraulic steering and naturally aspirated engines is still highly accessible. Let us start with a narrow-angle V6 hatchback that history completely forgot. Starting off at number 9 is the 4 Malawian Quatches Volkswagen Golf GTI VR6. While the 1.8-liter turbo models get all the tuner attention, the 2.8-liter narrow-angle V6 is a pure auditory masterpiece. This compact engine delivers power linearly, transforming a humble hatchback into an authentic grand tourer. You can easily locate well-maintained VR6 models for roughly $4,000 to $5,000. The timing chains are located at the rear of the engine, meaning a replacement requires pulling the transmission entirely. Listen for a distinct rattling sound at idle. If the chains are quiet, you secure one of the greatest engine notes of the early 2000s for absolute pocket change. Kicking off the rear-wheel drive options at number 8 is the W210 generation Mercedes CLK 430. Everyone wants the AMG variant, but the standard 430 is the true budget warrior. It packs the legendary M113 4.3-liter V8 engine, delivering 275 horsepower to the rear wheels. This is a pillarless German muscle car, masquerading as a comfortable commuter. You can easily find clean, driven examples hovering right around $5,000. The primary enemy here is cosmetic rust on the wheel arches and trunk lid. Mechanically, the M113 is thoroughly proven, provided you proactively replace the aging plastic cooling components and the serpentine belt tensioner. It is the cheapest entry point into reliable, naturally aspirated V8 Mercedes power. Number 7 takes us to Ingolstadt with the first-generation Audi TT, chassis code 8N. The distinctive Bauhaus styling made it an immediate design icon, but massive depreciation has pushed prices firmly into the bargain basement. Early models equipped with the 1.8-liter turbocharged 20-valve engine and a manual transmission routinely sell for under $5,000. The 1.8T, particularly with the 180 horsepower BM engine code, is highly robust and responds violently to a simple software tune. The mandatory maintenance item is the timing belt and water pump, which must be replaced every 60,000 miles without fail. Ignore that service interval, and the interference engine will self-destruct instantly. Moving to number 6, we examine the BMW E46 325i sedan. The coupe versions have been drifted into guardrails by teenagers, artificially inflating the prices of surviving examples. The four-door sedan offers the exact same perfectly balanced chassis dynamics for a fraction of the cost. The M54 2.5-liter inline-six provides turbine-smooth power delivery, perfectly matched to a heavy, communicative hydraulic steering rack. Finding a manual transmission sedan under $6,000 requires diligence, but they are out there. The critical failure points are the fragile plastic cooling system and a failing CCV valve that causes excessive oil consumption. Overhaul those systems immediately, and the E46 remains the benchmark for modern classic handling. Number 5 is the W202 generation Mercedes C280, specifically the 1994 to 1997 models. These utilize the brilliant M104 2.8-liter inline-6 engine before Mercedes switched to a cheaper V6 design. This motor features a cast-iron block and dual overhead cams, producing a remarkably smooth 194 horsepower. It feels distinctly substantial, engineered during an era when door closures sounded like bank vaults. $6,000 buys an exceptionally clean example today. The notorious weak link is the biodegradable engine wiring harness. Verify this harness has been replaced with the updated Delphi part. If the original harness is still installed, walk away immediately or prepare for catastrophic electrical failures. At number 4 sits the definitive 90s executive bruiser, the BMW E38 525i. Early models are slow, but the 1991 to 1995 versions received the M50 inline-6. This engine utilizes a timing chain rather than a belt and a cast-iron block that is highly tolerant of abuse. The E34 chassis is vastly overbuilt, offering highway stability that shames modern economy cars. Current market values place decent drivers right around the $4,000 to $5,000 mark. Front thrust arm bushings fail predictably every 50,000 miles, causing a severe vibration under braking. Swap in polyurethane replacements, and the chassis becomes an indestructible highway missile. Number 3 requires ignoring the popular 4-cylinder models. The B6 generation Audi A4 equipped with a naturally aspirated 3.0-liter V6 and a 6-speed manual is a completely forgotten sleeper. The aluminum block V6 produces 220 horsepower and delivers a rich, mechanical exhaust note. Paired with the legendary Torsen-based Quattro all-wheel drive system, it is an unstoppable winter weapon. You can scoop these up for under $4,000 all day long. The variable valve timing system, known as the camshaft adjuster, is prone to failure and expensive to fix. Listen closely for diesel-like rattling from the back of the cylinder heads during a cold start to avoid buying a massive repair bill. Taking the number 2 spot is the W210 Mercedes E430. The AMG variant commands a heavy premium, but the standard 4.3-liter V8 model slips completely under the radar. It delivers 275 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque through a stout 5-speed automatic. The suspension tuning prioritizes relentless high-speed cruising over sharp cornering. It is the ultimate cross-country vehicle, and examples with service records routinely trade for $5,000. The W210 is notoriously susceptible to structural rust, particularly on the front spring purchase. Finding a rust-free Southern car is the only viable strategy here. Secure a clean chassis, and the M113 engine will effortlessly outlast the rest of the vehicle. Number 1 is the absolute pinnacle of depreciated luxury. The E38 generation BMW 740i is universally considered the most beautiful flagship sedan Munich ever produced. It starred in James Bond films and defined 90s executive power. Today, you can own that presence for right around $6,000. The M62 4.4-liter V8 pushes nearly 300 horsepower, shifting a 2-ton chassis with shocking agility. The low entry price reflects a terrifying maintenance schedule. The plastic timing chain guides inside the M62 V8 will shatter right around the 100,000-mile mark. Buying a $6,000 E38 is only a bargain if the seller provides hard receipts proving the timing chain guides have already been replaced. The narrative that German car ownership requires endless wealth is a lie perpetuated by people who buy the wrong chassis codes. Mainstream buyers flock to the obvious choices, driving up prices and ignoring the hidden engineering marvels sitting directly adjacent to them. The 9 vehicles we just dissected represent the absolute smartest deployment of $6,000 in the current automotive landscape. They offer heavy hydraulic steering, naturally aspirated power bands, and a level of mechanical connection that regulatory mandates have permanently outlawed. These prices are firmly anchored at the absolute bottom of the depreciation curve. As newer cars become increasingly digital, restrictive, and impossible to repair at home, the demand for these analog workhorses will surge. The market will eventually correct this inefficiency, and the days of buying a V8 powered German executive sedan for the price of a cheap vacation will end abruptly. Securing your entry into this golden era requires acting before the rest of the enthusiast community wakes up. Buying a highly depreciated luxury car is a calculated risk that requires strict discipline during the test drive. If you want to know the exact 3 questions that will force a dishonest seller to reveal a hidden mechanical nightmare, that is what we are covering next.